because of ourselves, but because of Jesus Christ. This morning I'm going to ask you to turn with me to the book of Exodus chapter 6. And such honest words by an earnest servant there telling us by God's authority, His power. This morning we're going to look at God's love brings deliverance with Exodus chapter 6. God's love brings deliverance. And as you're finding your place there, I want to pray for you real quick. Heavenly Father, Lord, I pray that those words that Aaron sang will be true in our heart. That we wouldn't just have moments of tingliness or goosebumps, Father, but we would be changed by you forever. That we would recognize your authority in our lives, Father. We would stop being rebellious, that your word would carve us deep, Father, and cut to the core of us, and we would be made new in you, Father, that your word would wash us white, that it would cleanse us, Father, that we'd be saved, that your Spirit would indwell in us, Father, that we would be yours, and we would leave different today. Father, this would carry with us the rest of the days of our life, and not just for a fleeting moment, Father, because that is not good enough. That's not what Jesus died for, and we need you so much more than just for a moment. So, Father, I pray that this will be our prayer as we take to your word. This is what I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. June the 7th is not here yet. It's June the 4th, but Prince Rogers Nelson was born June the 7th, 1958. He died of a painkiller overdose on April the 21st, 2016, and he would have been 59 this month. And you probably know him better by his stage name, Prince. He went by that androgynous symbol for a while, but he has an unreleased song called Deliverance. And it doesn't matter who owns the song. They're fighting over it right now, who gets to release it, who has it, who can profit off of it. But if you would, allow me to share with you just some of those lyrics for a moment, because I think it's going to make some sense for you. Here are the words from Deliverance. This is not religion, but common sense. It's time for you to get down, get off the fence. No son shall die, no mother shall cry. All in favor, say aye. Sounds like a Baptist meeting right there, right? Like a church meeting. But the time is so hard to deal with. Deliverance is at hand. Who are they that would turn a deaf ear to the peaceful ones, who would bring the good news? With time there will be no wars, and the way which you achieve it, you who got the blues, you can ease the pain of a few until God intervenes. Ain't nothing man can do except cause each other injury. Somebody say Katrina Levy's, oh. I tell me what you're going to do. You've got to understand your deliverance, sure enough, is at hand, because time's so hard to deal with. Now understand, your deliverance is at hand, oh Lord. Now, that's probably not the way most churches will open this morning, but I think Prince was right. I don't know if he really knew the Lord of Lords. There's some discussion about what faith group he belonged to, but the truth is, he gets it. This world is rough, and it is unloving, and there's not much we can do. We might help one or two people out, but we don't cure the problem. And when things go wrong, as they so often do, they burst open like the levees of New Orleans, right? They don't just go a little bit wrong. When it's a little bit wrong, it seems like that's when we're flooded with uncontrolled problems. The waters of life, they wash our foundations away. They sweep away our securities, right? We feel like we're the Titanic, right? Like we're on that ship and we are going down in a horrible way in the cold, cold waters of life. But deliverance for Israel, we read in our text this morning, is at hand. And it's also available for us too. So let's read together. As we read our first section of Scripture, because we're going to deal with the whole chapter this morning. The first 13 verses, we're going to hear God. And He's going to tell us that I am the God who loves you. I am the God who loves you. So let's look at Exodus 6, 1 through 13. And your text will read something like this. It will say, Then the Lord said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see what I do to Pharaoh. For with a strong hand shall he let them go. And with a strong hand he shall drive them out of the land. And God spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord, and I appeared unto Abraham, and unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty. But my name Jehovah was I not known of to them. And I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, and the land of their pilgrimage, where therein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groanings of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I remembered my covenant. Wherefore I say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgment. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God. And ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you unto the land concerning which I did swear to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And I will give it to you for an heritage. And I am the Lord. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses for the anguish of the spirit and for the cruel bondage. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moses spake therefore before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel, they have hearkened not unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me? Who am I of uncircumcised lips? The Lord spake to Moses and to Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel and unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children out of the land of Egypt. So Israel, they've gotten beat up all day long. They've gotten beaten down at night. Their life is miserable. They are an unhappy group. And this is not like just a bad camping trip, because they can't end it and just go home early. Okay? Just because the mosquitoes are there, the bugs are biting, doesn't mean you spray it off and it gets better. They are stuck. They are captives. They are slaves. They are in bondage. They can't sneak out at night, because that means a death sentence. Okay? And so their life is horrible. And God, your God and my God, their God, He hears their cries. And He is moving on their behalf. But Pharaoh turns up the heat. Here's what God's people do, right? Do they say, oh wow, thank you Lord for moving on our behalf? Pharaoh's being a real kind of jerk. But we understand, Lord, that he's unhappy. We're going to follow you. Is that what happens? No. Do they cry out to him and say, Pharaoh is unfavorable to us. He's just an unfair taskmaster. He's evil to the poor, Lord. Help us, deliver us. Do they do that? No. They don't cry out to him. Instead, they blame God. This is all your fault, God. You've done us wrong by trying to deliver us, to save us. And when I say those words, when you hear those words, that sounds pretty silly, doesn't it? You were wrong to save us. That's like being in a car accident and having the ambulance people come and get you out and help you when you're safe and say, you were wrong. You should have left me in that car. I was hurting in pain. I could have died. You should have just left me. And that's the kind of thing. They're so miserable that even when God is doing good things and the world turns up the heat, when Pharaoh gets a little meaner, they don't go back to God in prayer. They just bellyache and complain. And so they blame the Lord for their turmoil. They blame God's men for their problems instead of blaming Pharaoh who enslaved them. They blame God's workers for the torment. Remember, they tore into Aaron and Moses. Said, this is all your fault, guys. This is your fault for trying to help us. And they say, no good deed goes unpunished. But Israel, they seem to have forgotten how much they were loved. How Jehovah had always blessed and given them favor beyond measure. Beyond what they deserve. So what do? They shake their finger at God's men there, Aaron and Moses. They shake their head and complain about what's going on. Why? Because they've forgotten how they were chosen by God. A small, scrawny nation, really unlovable. The runt of the litter, that small puppy that's probably not going to make it unless you intervene on its behalf and nurse it to health and care for it. That's Israel, small, scrawny nation. And our God, He has continually provided for them. He has cared for them and protected them and been there for them when all others have abandoned them or abused them. And yes, they're not listening. They're not turning to God who is great. They're complaining greatly against God. But God has still not forgotten
onward. They're not looking into the present and moving forward. They're complaining about the here and now and looking backwards. And so what God's providing for them, they can't receive because they're still looking backwards. You know, in the mirror of my car, it says these objects may look smaller in the mirror. And often when I'm looking at my past, my sin, and my condition, the places I've been, those things don't look so small. Those things look quite big and dramatic. And so if you grew up, you were abused by a family member, that abuse doesn't look small in your past. If you grew up and you realize the sin that you committed, you don't look around and go, oh, that's just a little bit of sin, that's tiny. You realize it's bad. Heard a testimony of a man who grew up and he knew that he possibly murdered somebody, and although people were telling him that God saves and Jesus forgives, that the Holy Spirit is here for you, he kept saying, I can't go forward. Why? Because murderers don't go to heaven. Murderers on their own don't go to heaven. But murderers who trust Jesus Christ for salvation do. Israel's not trusting God. They're trusting the circumstance they're in. They're trusting Pharaoh who abuses them. But God, He assures Moses that everything is good and that life's going to turn out all right for the Israelites. It's going to be okay for the Israelites. He promises to fulfill His words to the patriarchs, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Joseph. And He's going to give them the land of Canaan, right? The Canaanites. And so when you think about that, we're looking at the land on that map, that what we call like modern-day Israel, Jordan, that kind of surrounding territory. And so the Lord tells them this: I am God. I will bring you out from the cruel, horrible, hard labor of Egypt. I will take you out of this bondage. I will remove you from the abuse. I will rescue you from slavery. I will redeem you, and I will intervene on you with great acts of judgment against those who have treated you so bad. He says, I am God, and you are my people. I'm taking you to be mine. Don't worry about being the kid who's last pick for kickball. I'm choosing you now as mine. You're not going to be the runt, you're going to be my love, and I will care for you and nurture you. He says, and I will be your God, and you will be my people, and this will work out for your benefit. And so God's going to bring them out into that cruel time, right? He's going to give them the land that He promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's going to give them their own country. Why? He says, because I am God. He's sovereign. He's all authority, like Aaron sang about. But does Israel receive this good news with great joy, right? They get excited. Say, yes, God is coming for us. He delivered us. All the promises are coming true. Break out the wine. Let's sing. Let's tell the kids about God. No, not at all. That's not what they do. They don't celebrate the freedom. They balk and go back to the beatdowns. Okay? They go back to the burdens. They kind of crawfish from the goodness of God, right? We know crawfish isn't kosher, and so it doesn't do any good to them, right? Because Moses' message is of delivery for the Israelites. And they don't even want to hear him out. They don't want to listen. They're going to turn a deaf ear. And so they were beaten down, right? They were beaten down in spirit by the harsh slave conditions, right? Less food, more work. Less support, more abuse. And so all this is beating them down spiritually to the point they're giving up, they're giving in. And the problem is when God is presenting you with a better way, what do? We balk and go back to the beings of life. And that's the question. Do you, when God's giving you something, do you balk at what He's trying to present you and go back to what the world's given you? Do you go back to the way that you were and return to the burdens of the world, or you trust what God has said in His Word for you? To be honest, we tend to go back to where we came from, like a dog returning to his vomit. We go back to the big style of life we have instead of being clean and fresh and renewed in Christ, even as believers. And so I would say this, before you lie to yourself and say, oh no, I'm always trusting God, let me remind you of what our next portion of text tells us. So if you'll go back to Exodus chapter 6, let's look at verses 14 through 26. As God tells you this, I am God who planned this moment for you. Exodus 6, starting at verse 14, says, these be the heads of the father's house, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok and Palu, Hezron and Carmine. These be the families of Reuben and the sons of Simeon, Jemuel and Jamin, Ohad and Jake and Zohar and Shaul. the son of the Canaanitish woman. These are the families of Simeon. These are the names of the sons of Levi according to the generations: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. And the sons of Gershon, Libni and Shimei, and according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amram and Izhar, Hebron and Uzel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Merari, Mahali, and Mushi. These are the families of Levi according to the generations. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and he bare him Aaron and Moses. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Izhar, Korah, and Nepheg, and Zikri. And the sons of Uzel, Mishael, and Ezalphan, and Ziphi. And Aaron took of him Elisheba, daughter of Amminadab, the sister of Nahshon, to the wife, and bare the son Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, and the sons of Korah, Asir, Elkanah, and Abisaphat. And these were the families of the Korites. And Eleazar's, Aaron's son, took with him one of the daughters of Patil to wife, and bare him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers of the Levites according to the families. These are that Moses and Aaron, to whom the Lord said, bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt according to their armies. Now, in this text, the Ancient of Days rattles off a tongue-twisting list, right? This is a list of Moses' family members who have come before him. So Moses and Aaron can look back and go, I remember Grandpa. I remember Uncle Joe. Don't you wish the names were that simple, like Uncle Joe? All right? And so they can see the family members that are coming before them, and in all of Israel, God's people are hearing these. They're seeing that pedigree of faith. And so they hear about the son of this guy, married the woman of that guy's son, and the brother of him over here, with all this tongue-twisting Levitical pedigree, this priesthood, right? It might seem kind of mundane, it might seem a bit boring, trite, really wordy at first. It's not. It's important. It is a legacy of faith. This is a love list from God, right? He said, I love all these people right through the years. Every one of your family members, I've been with them, I've loved them, I've blessed them, I've cared for them. And so this is a list of the blessed and cared for. And I pray that your name is written in a list somewhere too. Except I pray that it's already been written down in the Lamb's Book of Life, that you too one day will trust Jesus Christ and your name has already been written there. But this is a list of who God has blessed, a list of who He's cared for. It's a list of those who have been truly blessed by God, who have found pleasure in God, who have rejoiced in God, who have found peace and joy in God. And this is a list of God's faithful. This is a list of who God has been faithful to. And so Jehovah God, He reminds His people, Israel, of His continued love for them. I didn't just start loving you now, guys. I've chosen you and pulled you in. I've made it known. But I have been loving your family for many generations. And so He reminds them of the blessings He has bestowed upon their forefathers. He reminds them of His faithfulness and of His love for them. He reminds them that they are His people. They always have been, and you always will be His. And He shows them that while they were in Egypt, you didn't lose your identity. You didn't stop being who you were. You're going through some struggles. You're going through some hardships in life right now. But you still are who you are in me. So He tells them that although you're in Egypt, you didn't stop being Israel. You didn't stop being my people. You still have your identity. They still have their family roots of faith. And so He reminds them that of the houses that they're from, the lineage that they're from, and these families that they're a part of. And they were part of the same family as Reuben and Simeon. Israel's two oldest sons there, right? And of Levi. Jacob's third son, who was the lineage that ultimately bears Moses and Aaron. So He kind of traces down the family lines for them, showing them where they came from. Here's who your daddy is. Here's the kind of family you came from. Don't give up because there's a struggle today. Don't abandon the faith just because why? There's a momentary crisis. There's some difficulties, some pressure from life. And so He shows them through this genealogy that's given that Moses and Aaron are these rightful, legitimate leaders from God. They're the leaders of Israel as God has always planned. They draw this map out. So God is doing this, why? To reach out to Israel, who doesn't want to listen, who is being stubborn and pig-headed like I am often like. You might even admit that too. And so they've been refusing to listen to God's men. Why? Because of fear. I don't want to change because this could get hard. I don't want to change because I don't know what the future would hold. I know what it's like to get beaten every day. I can count on that. But I don't know what God holds for me. And I'm afraid of what He's bringing me. And that's often our story too. We are more familiar with something, right? We're more familiar with mediocrity, so we're afraid of pursuing that newness that's in greatness and taking that step in faith that might be uncertain, where we don't know everything, we don't have control of everything. And so, Israel, they've been refusing to listen to God's men because of this fear. So Israel's doing this. They're choosing the beatings and the blessings, the burdens. They're choosing the beatings and the blessings over God's bold blessings. And when you hear it like that, you go, Chris, what's wrong with you? But you know, you and I do that too. We reject future blessings because we're more worried about staying with what we know than going somewhere else in life. When you and I, when we come to that crisis point in life, we can either shrink or we can step up. That's our choice. We can shrink or step up. And we can either choose to shy away from what God is doing and think that God has not prepared us for this moment. And we can have forgotten then maybe that we are in God, not on the outside, right? Because Israel has been blessed and called by God like many of you have today. We can shy away, we can shrink away, we can not follow through thinking God's not prepared me for this when He has. Just because we don't know where those steps are going doesn't mean that. So the problem is we don't have then sometimes the spiritual eyes to see God's plan for us being woven throughout the generations. And that's what God did. He showed them how He'd been weaving all these things in, brought their family through the ages for this very moment, because God has planned this moment for you. So in our lack of faith and our limited understanding, we often choose not to follow the path God has for us and trust Him for great things. And I go, wow, Chris, you're not trusting God? You're not following through and grabbing and reaching out for the great things He has for you? Because why? You'd rather go back to the abuse you know. You'd rather go back to that crummy life that you already have. And so God has these great things blessed for us. Okay? And when life brings difficulty, we sit down and enjoy the difficulty instead of rising up and standing up against it. And that's what we find here, right? And then we ask ourselves, like Israel, why is it so bad? Why is it so bad? Why is this happening to me? Tough stuff happens to everyone in life. But it's when it gets rougher that we tend to go off-road and we leave the path God for us, and when we go off the pavement and we find ourselves in the ruts of life, in the potholes of life. That's when we find out we got the flat tire, the broke axle, and we can't see where we're going. We're stuck, we're mired down in the mud of life because we abandoned God's plan, because we were afraid of the greatness He was bringing, because we didn't know every step and understand every moment of it. We didn't feel in control, so we decided we'll go our own route. When you go off-road, you end up with those problems in life. So here's Israel. Israel is set to be freed by God. But they don't want it. They don't want it because it might be uncomfortable, might not feel good, might not be exactly the color that I want. That's not the best color for my skin tone, right? They have every excuse in the world here. And the truth is, we hate to be uncomfortable. We would rather become bitter than allow God to bring us better if it's going to make us uncomfortable. And we have been spoiled by the luxury of God's goodness and His grace for so long that we feel we're worthy. In fact, I would say we feel entitled. And we've been blessed by God for so long that we really forget that we're sinners. And we feel then that we are too good to be held accountable by God. It's kind of like, God loves me? I mean, I'm worthy of being loved. I'm just so good and He gets to love me, right? God just gets to love me. He gets to spend time with me and bless me. He should be so lucky, right? And we have this feeling like we're just so good, then God loves me. He won't deal with my sin. The problem is when I read past John 3:16, because we like that verse, right? God loves the world. When we read past that, it tells us in Scripture that that we've already been judged. We were judged in eternity past because God is all-knowing and He already knows what's going to happen. And so we say, oh, God won't deal with me because He loves me. And that's a lie that we tell ourselves because we don't want to deal with our sin because it makes us uncomfortable. But God will deal with our sin. And He's already dealt with our sin. He has dealt with our sin already through the person of Jesus Christ. He ran tent spikes through the hands of His Son, right? He ran a railroad spike through the flesh of His own Son, Jesus' feet. He punished Jesus for your and my sin. Jesus died for us. He died because you and I are what? Foul sinners. Is that fair? No, it is not fair. It will never be fair. It has never been fair to punish an innocent person for someone else who's guilty. It will never be fair. I know as a kid, I said it. I know as a teacher, I've heard it. It's not fair that everyone's getting a consequence because that kid did something else over there. Why are we not going to recess? Because Bobby messed up. And what we're hearing is Jesus is innocent. He died for us because we are the sinners. And we don't like to hear that, but that's the truth of it. And it's never fair then for Jesus to have to die as the innocent in our place because we're guilty. It's not fair, but it was necessary. It was necessary for us to be saved because we can't save ourselves. You can't pick up the broken pieces of a mirror and put it back together perfectly. You often have pieces that are broken beyond repair. Even if you get it all together glued in, you still have the cracks and lines. And so as a miserable sinner, there's no way that you and I can pick up the broken pieces of our lives, okay, and fix it. And Jesus, instead of giving us back our fractured, used up, worthless lives, Jesus died to give us a new life in His very death. That's what He did. And so when I look at verses 27, 30 Exodus here, our last few verses, here's what I'm reading. Here's what I'm seeing. I am God who plans for your freedom. And that's what He did ultimately for us through Jesus Christ, right? I am God who plans your freedom. So let's look at verse 27 to 30. Just a few more verses. Okay? These are they which spake to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to bring out the children of Israel from Egypt. These are that Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass on that day when the Lord spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I am the Lord. Speak thou unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I say unto thee. And Moses said before the Lord, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips. How shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? You know, as we look at our text here, these men are specifically called that Moses and Aaron. I kind of like that actually. It points it out real well. They are the man, so to speak. They are the one. They are the machine. And they're going to take these great steps of faith with all these people around. They won't take one with them. They're going to launch out in faith, trusting God fully for His plan here. And they decide they're not going to hear all the haters, all the naysayers. They're not going to absorb all the negativity that's being thrown and tossed their way. Instead, Moses and Aaron, they are choosing and believing in God's plan. They're going to believe in God's plan and follow it fully. And here's what step one of the plan is, right? In time, Aaron and Moses, who Jehovah God called, will order the Hebrew children out, right? He will order them out of Egypt, family by family, and clan by clan. That's why He named them, right? And Israel. In Israel there is finally, it seems like, beginning to kind of understand that these men are God-sent leaders. Moses and Aaron, they're going to tell the king then to release Egypt, or to release the Israelites from Egypt. And Moses is calling God's people to follow them in faith. Our Lord, their Lord, is going to bring them out of the clutches of Egypt, and He will free them, He will release them. But Moses said, as this stand back moment where he thinks, wow, I'm going to have to stand bold against the world. It's not going to be easy. Pharaoh's a hard man. He's a tough cookie. He's an impressive figure. He's sitting there high on the throne, got all his guards, dripped in gold. He looks impressive. He realizes, I'm going to have to take a stand. I'm going to have to stand bold in faith. And so he's going to stand against Pharaoh. Why? For how? As God's ambassador, powered by God. And so as God's megaphone there, that situation, He will demand that Israel be free. God's final words to him are this: I am God. It's kind of a punchline there, right? I am. You do it why? Because I am. I'm God. I'm all powerful. I'm all sovereign. And this is my plan. So God's final words are, I am God. You tell Pharaoh. You tell him what I said. You tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, everything. And I kind of like how he says, not just you tell Pharaoh, but you tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, like, who is that Pharaoh again? Because there's so many guys out there that think they're large in charge that really aren't running anything. They think they are the God, but I am God. So you tell Pharaoh, specifically that little Pharaoh, king of Egypt over there, you tell him everything I've said. You tell him every single word. Don't skip anything. But do you notice that Moses wants to be bold with faith, but he's still fearful. He's still afraid of who he is. He knows as maybe a third grader he did not win the spelling bee. He knows maybe in 5th grade that he didn't get the part of the play. He knows that he's not really the best speaker, and maybe he's shy, and maybe even when he proposed his wife, he kind of looked down and mumbled some, and she finally just said yes because she figured it out. We don't know exactly all his backstory, but he goes to tell him these things and God's words, and he knows this lack of that he has, right? This hesitation. You see, God's not making deals here, but Moses would be willing, right? He said earlier, why don't we just bring my brother in? You can get somebody else, but God isn't. God is not making deals here. He's been very declarative. He's been very strong. He says no. And God fully asserts his God here in saying, I am God. Okay? It's like, I am God. Hear me. Hear me loud and clear. I am God. Hear me roar. This is not a small, still voice, right? This is no gentle whisper. This is Almighty God speaking live to the Jewish people, declaring his presence, his power, his promise. And this may not make everybody feel good, but he says to them, not may I, but instead he says, I am. So he's not just knocking at the door, he is busting through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. And so Moses is here, and he says, whoa, Lord, you're asking a lot. I want to be faithful, but Lord, you're asking me to do something that I'm not comfortable with. And so he says, Lord, I'm really willing, but I'm not a good speaker. I kind of got a speech impediment, Lord. I stutter sometimes. And so here we are again. Moses continually doubts God's greatness because of his weakness. He keeps doubting the Lord, although he sees what God is doing. You might even look at here at Chapelwood. God has done several things in life as a church, and yet some of you might still be doubting God's power and presence in your life. And we have Moses here, and these others are doubting him. And others have been doubting you too. Others have doubted that God's really working in your life, bringing up your past, saying, oh, you can't be that person. God can't love you. Why would God ever want to use you? I remember in the 7th grade, that stuff we did behind that guy's house. You remember too, right? God doesn't use people like that. And so others are doubting you, right? They're throwing shade, right? Here's what you have to do when others are doubting God in your life. Don't cave into the negativity. Don't be like Moses and give yourself an excuse and an out, right? This is that place where you get that sign that says, no doubters allowed. Okay? We need to dodge the fiery arrows of Satan when those words of doubt come. We need to be, as Moses and Aaron call them, that man. You need to be that woman or that student, that one that follows God in faith like Moses and Aaron. And we can't keep letting our self-doubt keep us from seeing what God is doing. When people doubt themselves, they lower their eyes. And when you're doing that, you're not looking forward. You're not going the direction you need to be. And so we can't stop looking at what God is doing to look down at ourselves and think, poor, pitiful me, and worry about things. What it will do is it will rob us from all those successes that God's placing in our life. All those blessings he has out there, we just have to get there by trusting him in faith. The answer is this: we have to put prayers before God. You can't go, man, I really would like that. I wish that, but you have to be bold enough to say, God, I'm trusting you for it. You've led my heart to believe this. I'm going to pursue what you've placed there. I'm pursuing what's in your word. And so you put those things before God and trust him and trust him. I would even trust Chris as I stand before you. I would trust God. So no matter if we stumble, we mumble, we stutter, you come with a limp, whatever your disqualifier is, forget it. What we call our disqualifier does not prevent God from doing his work. work through blind people and lame people. So why would I say, oh, I'm not a good speaker, or I don't understand everything, or I can't really get around like I used to, be my excuse? At times, God has used people who are physically dead to prove His greatness. And you're all alive, so you have a head start on that. But what we do is we call our disqualifiers out. We say, oh, I got all these things that make me no good. And we use them as a way to prevent us from being used by God. God didn't bring you things in life to disqualify you. He brought you things in life so you can help you overcome them and show His greatness, His glory to others. Because we have a lot of people who have other disqualifiers in life. And what are we going to say next? Oh, I'm not left-handed, or my shoe size isn't big enough. We will come up with excuses to try to not be where God wants us to be, to do the things He's called us to do. But we need to look past our limits to be part of what our limitless God is doing. And what I often do is we as humans do, we look at our limits and we say, I can't do that. When God is saying it is can-do time. Our short-sightedness limits us, but it doesn't limit God's success. It robs us from that place that we need to be when we're in God, doing those things He's called us to do. It removes us from the blessings and the glory that's supposed to be there. But the success we're talking about, that success isn't a trophy. It's not a new car. It's not a big check from Ed McMahon. It's not some kind of financial windfall. But it's real freedom. It's freedom from the bondage of man. It's freedom from the bondage of sin, which is more necessary. That's the true bondage that we struggle with. Some of you, nobody tells you what to do. You get to live a life of your own. You're doing great. But you're still bound by your sin. You're still judged by your sin. You're still held back by your sin. You're still hurting because of your sin. And so for you to get the success, that success is a victory over sin. But that victory isn't because we've done something, because we're good enough, we earned enough brownie points or achieved our way. It's because Jesus Christ went over death, sin, and the grave. That's the victory. It's His victory. It's His success. But you and I get the trophy of salvation. We get to have it because He died for us. You know what's even better? We get to run the victory line. We get to be there in winner's circle because He died for us. We get to celebrate a victory we can never win for ourselves. We get to celebrate salvation that we can never earn, and we definitely don't deserve. So as we end today, I want to read to you a passage of Scripture from Ephesians chapter 2. I just want to read it to you. If you will, just listen. Here's what Brother Paul says as he's guided by the Holy Spirit. You were dead in trespasses and sin, in which you once walked, following the course of this world, following the prince of the power of air, the spirit that is now in the work of the sons of disobedience among all who once lived in the passions of our flesh, carrying out the desires of the body and the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, like the rest of mankind. But God, being rich in mercy, because of the great love with that He loved us, even when we were dead in our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised up with Him, and seated us with Him in the heavenly places in Jesus Christ, so that the coming ages He might show us the immeasurable riches of His grace and the kindness towards us in Christ Jesus. For by grace you have been saved through faith. And this not of your own doing, but as a gift of God, not as a result of works, so that no one may boast. We are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. I don't think it really matters where you are in life. You're either in Christ or not. And it says, either way, God's already had a plan for you. And He chose in Jesus Christ to die for you. He knew you were going to struggle in life. He knew you were going to doubt. He definitely knew you were going to sin against Him and be unloving and unkind. And yet He sent Jesus for us, that He might die for us, so we might have grace through Him and kindness through Him and salvation through Him. And the only way you get that is through Jesus Christ. This morning you may have doubted yourself your whole life because of words that somebody has said to you. You may have doubted because the words that well up in you tell you that you are no good, you are worthless, I know what you've done, I know where you've been, I know what you've experienced, I know what's been done to you. But Jesus says, I sent my Son to die time of hope to receive my son. I delivered Israel. And you've got the testimony of that. And I delivered you too. I have given my son Jesus for you, so you know it is true. I love how Scripture says that today is the day of your salvation. I love those words because they're powerful and they're true. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the night. Enjoy all of God and who He is and pleasure in Him and savor Him now by trusting Son Jesus Christ to be your Lord. Let me pray.
Hi, Pastor Chris here from Chapelwood. And when we say that Chapelwood is a church of people just like you, you may wonder who's attending Chapelwood. Well, we have everything from school teachers to recovering drug addicts. We have grandparents and cattle ranchers, former professional disco dancers to IT personnel and a resident missionary. We have single moms and insurance agents. We have special needs students and office workers. We have lawn care specialists, real estate agents, and stay-at-home moms. We have people who are retired and people who work every day down on the farm. We have people who work for Sam Houston as well as for TDCJ. We even have those who simply just volunteer and give their time to visitors at the state park. What you will find in Chapelwood is this: normal people who are imperfect people who have everyday life struggles just like you. And they're finding life's answers in the Bible, and you can too. So we invite you to join us at Chapelwood this Sunday, where we can love you just like Jesus loves us.